But what's going on with Maul interviewed him? Is Maul a good
He got interviewed by Maul.
Oh,
he interviewed Maul.
He interviewed Maul. I didn't watch it.
And there's a reason for that, because I tried.
And it was good, and it wasn't like they weren't having productive conversation. There was no dead, I would say there's no dead points in the conversation. My bad. I would say there's no dead points in the conversation,
You ain't
right?
gonna kill him.
I ain't never gonna get it.
Yeah.
But I don't know, bro. You know, I'm getting to the point where it's like, if you miss the train on marketing a breakup, we don't want to hear this shit no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, once the train has left the station, you have a good, depending on how hot it is and if new information, there's been no real new information presented about Joe Budden and the Rory and Maul breakup, right? There was a little tiff a couple weeks ago. That was it. But it's like you capitalized in that first week. But they were talking about the initial breakup. That was damn near what the whole episode was about.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like,
yeah, you see, I would never like.
I don't want to hear that shit. We're 2 hours. We're 2 years past this.
Even if I
saying?
was in a situation like that, I'm not the type to like have somebody on and interview them about a specific thing, especially if it's beef. That's just not my style. Like, I'm not going to invite you on and let's talk about beef for an hour, about your past relationships, your toxic relationships.
Everybody needs to let this situation die, unless Rory, Maul, and Joe are gonna sit in the same room on a microphone and talk about it. That's the only, there's no new chapters to this story. That's the only thing that could possibly happen that's gonna be entertaining. Because at this point, I don't really care. Sometimes I be hearing these niggas talk. Right. I'm like, man, I feel like I'm siding with Joe now.
Yeah, bro. Bro, literally, bro. Yeah, it's like, who gives a fuck? Shut up.
Yeah,
bro.
please. Let's just let this go.
So it's like,
y'all niggas don't like each other no more. You broke up. Y'all both moved on. Y'all got new partners now.
And I think it's one of those things where, like,
they acting like they got kids together.
Maul, out of respect for this dude Loon, he let him ask that was crazy. That was a large, that was crazy.
I didn't see that.
He let, like, he out of respect for him, even though this story's dead and gone, 2 years displaced, out of respect for you, and I know your podcast is going to come up, I'll give you my entire side of the story. Yeah. You know what I mean? But it's like,
it's just low.
It's
low.
too old. I think a 15, 20-minute section in a 2-hour conversation would suffice. You know what I mean?
What else was Maul going to talk about?
But that does also, I was going to bring that up.
Depth does Maul have?
Yeah.
Or that we haven't seen already?
In terms of like why you would invite him, like why you're dying to invite him to your show?
I feel like it's only going to work if you're actually his friend.
And then this is just then we're just watching friends
and now
talk.
we just kicking it.
Yeah. Which I felt that energy between them where it felt like they was friends. So it's like you didn't have to do the whole Joe Budden breakup for 2 hours, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand you was doing him a favor by giving him that much content on that subject matter, but I couldn't watch that whole thing, man.
At that point,
I got 15 minutes in. I said, "Fuck this, bro. Why am I watching this?" You know what I'm saying? Like
2 hours for content, like it's not even worth it.
Yeah, fuck this. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and shout out to all the people who feel that way about our shit.
Exactly.
3 hours of niggas talking about other niggas talking.
Right.
But
such a beautiful niche that we found ourselves in.
We talk about others who talk.
Yep.
But I don't know why.
We speak on speakers.
I don't know why he would do that though for 2 hours. And especially the way, like, you know, you're talking about him. He does his research. He does have topics. You know, he's not just going to slow up, stop the conversation.
I understand.
But how much are we researching?
I understand taking the shot because if it's good enough and you asking questions that are interesting enough, you may uncover a new element to the story.
True.
There's always potential for that.
That's true.
So I understand taking a shot, but that didn't happen. It simply didn't happen.
Based off what we saw, at least.
Yeah.
Because we didn't watch the whole thing. I made it about 20. You did about 30, 40. So we did about almost half the podcast, you know? But I wasn't hearing nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I also, one of the things that I didn't particularly like, because I feel like normally when I watch him interview people, he's pretty objective, I would say. And I do like that he plays objective from all sides of the field, but this felt more like a conversation. We've already made an agreement as homies that, yeah, Joe, fuck me. And I'm interviewing you from that perspective. I didn't really like that. So I also didn't feel the need to watch the whole thing.
It was like Jalen Rose and John Morant.
Yeah.
But was he like that obvious? Like,
it wasn't that
bias?
obvious, but it was the way that a lot of the questions that I saw being framed up, I was like,
even the way you frame
You
it.
can always tell the angle that somebody's shooting
By the-
from by
exactly.
where the bullet fly.
And it's not
Yeah.
like he wasn't trying to like point the finger at him. He was just strictly saying like, I'm with you. Like Joe fucked up.
No. It wasn't blatant like that, but it was still I would say it was majority leaning that way.
Yeah.
He's good at asking the question to where it doesn't feel like that, but it was like, instead of asking the question of Joe Budden wasn't trying to honor y'all agreement, right? It was, and I know Joe was coming short and wasn't honoring y'all agreement. Don't start the question with, I know he's doing this.
Yeah.
Ask, what happened between y'all agreement? Where did things go left with y'all business agreement? You know what I mean? Like, it was, some of the questions were framed on the, I'm already with you on here, so just explain it. So that way, so by the time we get the Maul response, he's like, I mean, yeah, you know,
Like,
it's
you
like,
already said it basically.
yeah,
Thank you.
essentially, yeah. So it was like, I felt like he wasn't holding that same standard that he normally does that I see on his other interviews where he's an equal opportunist. He don't give a fuck. He gonna get his questions off, which what I like. But I didn't feel that on this interview.
I can't believe this breakup is still alive. Like, this breakup still
that's
has
crazy.
breath to breathe.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last time y'all thought about Kanye and Kim Kardashian's relationship? Them niggas was married with kids.
I forgot about that.
They haven't even, like, you know, they broken up. It's done. It's over now. They're not going on interviews talking about it.
Joe Budden and Rory and Maul's like, you know, Bieber and Selena Gomez, nigga. That shit. It rifled worlds, nigga. It broke the world. Yeah.
Nah. It broke their world. It broke Maul's world.
Yeah, it definitely broke. Wow.
Joe
Not
Budden's
only-
world is usually broken, and I think he prefers it that way.
Yeah. Maybe. Possibly. Yeah, not only did you miss. but
Yeah, for
it
those who don't know
rolled
what just happened.
halfway.
He tried to skyhook an apple into the trash can that's about 6 feet away from him.
Yeah.
And
But
It's-
I was just short because it hit the
It hit
armrest.
that. Yeah, you don't
Hit
gotta
that-
tell me. I know.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah,
you
hit that
shot it a
arm-
little flat.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just hit that armrest, bro.
You gotta flick your wrist.
That's how it happens. man.
Speaking of just like